Hi friends, in this video we're going to be talking about this Mustang '05 V6 5-speed red fire. Nice little Mustang. This is the car that I bought in 2008. It is a 2005 model. I drove it for a decade until I got my Ram truck, the Soul Shaker, and my Soul Shaker is a 2018. This sat at the shop for almost a year, and one day my daughter said, well, you know, I sure would like to drive that. And so basically I gave it to her. She took it and cleaned it up and started driving it, and she's been driving it ever since. And I've done some work to it, painted it about a year and a half ago, and I'm going to take you through all that and show you some of the things we've done with it. Welcome back to Mark's Speed Shop. Today we're talking about Laura's Mustang. This is Laura, my daughter. Started out, I wanted a more sporty car to drive. I missed having one. I had one back in the 80s, and I wanted a straight gear sports car. And I was looking around, and I thought about looking at some of the little foreign cars. And when I mentioned that to her, she had a fit. She was 12 years old. And said, no, no, no. Then we saw this Mustang, and I think we both fell in love with it. So like I say, she encouraged me, but I didn't need a whole lot of encouragement. So I ended up buying the car, and I drove it for a decade and enjoyed it. She enjoyed it. And I was able, once I got the Ram truck, the Soul Shaker, I was able to give her the car, and that was really nice. She first said, I'd like to drive that. And I said, well, go ahead and take it. It had been up at the shop for a little while. I said, go ahead and take it and clean it up. You can start learning to drive it. Well, the next morning, I heard the car crank up real early, and I thought, well, she's going to take it up the road and get used to the straight gear and drive it. Next thing I know, she done took it to work. She done took off with it. So I'll let her talk about that.
Yeah, so when we were looking at getting a new car, I was like really against it. We had a nice SUV at the time, and all the cars that Dad was looking at were just not my style, I'll put it that way. And when I saw this, I really liked it. Obviously, it was different than a foreign car. So I guess just that, my opinion changing with this car was like a really good push for Dad to get this car. And yeah, it was a part of both of our lives for many years. So it was a part of our daily lives, a daily driver. And on my Sweet 16, I took some pictures with it, kind of just like jokingly around, saying that I was going to drive the car. It was definitely a dream of mine, but not anything at the time I could really fathom, I guess. And then many years later, my dad decided to get his truck, and he didn't drive the car much anymore. And it actually sat for about a year and started having some issues, and that really concerned both of us. So I was finally like, well, why don't you just give the car to me? You know, again, I mean, kind of jokingly, but he did. And he told me I could have it if I could figure out how to drive it, because at the time I didn't know how to drive a manual. And I was like, okay, like I can figure that part out. So the next morning I took it and needed to get a sticker. We have like inspections here in Virginia. I needed to get a sticker, so I dropped it off at the shop in town, and I sent my dad a picture, and I was like, hey, you know, you might want to come by and pay them for the sticker. So we did, and that was like the beginning of my journey with the car as the driver. And it just became a part of my daily life as the driver. from like voting and graduations, Halloween. I definitely involved the car in like all the holidays, because, you know, we take pictures of ourselves that we want to remember, but we want to remember the car too and how it looks throughout the years. So since I had decided to take pictures with the car for my Sweet 16, I decided to check the factory sticker on the car, and I found out it was actually made in May of 2005. So I decided, this would have been 2021, that it was her Sweet 16. So I took some pictures, like in a pink dress and a cupcake. And it was like from my Sweet 16 to her Sweet 16, which was really, just memorable, sweet kind of thing. And then from there, it kind of moved into where we had new paint done and some body work, which I'm sure my dad has plenty of evidence for. But it's just been a part of the family, from the Fox body to this car and my dad's truck. We have a picture of that too, and just taking pictures of everyday life. Last summer I went to see the new Barbie movie, of course. It was adorable. And I took just a cute little picture with my car, and that was my cover photo for a long time. So definitely a part of both of our daily lives and a part of our lives in general.
All right, so that's a little bit about some of the things we're talking about the car, getting this all started and passing it on to Laura now and her enjoying it. And now you will see the video and the picture slideshow that we put together for you about the car. From the first pictures are going to be from where it was when I first got it, when it, you know, the way it looked when we first got it, and when we took it to the car show. And then it progresses to a little bit of changes. I'm always changing something. I'm always working on something. I say a car is never complete. Now, if you're restoring something, you want it back perfect, factory, yeah, you can finish it. But I've always been into modified, hot rods, custom work. You never really finish. And you get it about where you want it, where you like it, and you think, well, a month or two down the line, well, I might want to change the wheels, or I might want to put a stripe on it, or I might, you know, it could be anything. And I've always been kind of like that. So we never know what might come next. But I think she's pretty happy with it. But if she gets the urge to change it, we'll change it. But we wanted to share the car with you and its progression over the years that we've had it, the many years. And we both love this car a whole lot. So we'll be hanging on to it for a while, I expect. So enjoy the show, and we'll see you next time. Here are a few things that Laura keeps in her room about the car, about the Mustang. This is a third place trophy plaque that we won in 2009 at the Ford Roundup car show put on by the Roanoke Valley Mustang Club in 2009. The car is a 2005. I bought it in 2008, and this was about a year, within a year of me buying the car. She and I went to this. We had a really good day. It was fun. It was a lot of nice cars, all kinds of Fords, trucks, old cars, a lot of Mustangs. Like I said, it was put on by the Roanoke Valley Mustang Club. And we ended up winning a third place plaque. And I believe it was the stock class, or the car wasn't bone stock, but it only had custom wheels and I think custom grill, a few little things, but they said it qualified as stock. So, and we won that and had a great day. And she has a few other pictures and things here about it. Like I say, she was 12 years old when I bought the car. She was, I would say she's probably 13 when we went and did this. I can't remember exactly how many months in between. I don't know if it was a full year or not, but anyway. We've really enjoyed the car. We've enjoyed the car together. I drove it for 10 years, and I gave it to her on, well, not the 10-year anniversary, but 10 years after this car show. So it's in 2009, I gave it to her in 2019. We have a bond over this car. we have lots of bonds, in our lives. But Laura and I have bonded over this car. I was very pleased to be able to give her the car just a few years ago. And she has really enjoyed it. She drives it every day. And I've done lots of work on it, and that's part of what I'm showing you in this video. Let me get you in here a little closer to show you these pictures and the plaque. Here is the plaque that we won. A little trophy, little third place trophy. The 21st annual Ford Roundup put on by the Roanoke Valley Mustang Club. And when it was sponsored by, that's what we won. That was the car that day. It's the way it looked. This is a picture that I took in front of a building here in Alta Vista. And of course, we framed that. She keeps these on her wall. Here is I'm not even sure what you call them. It's pretty much my first and only attempt at doing this, but it's the wooden plaque that you put the picture on and then shellac over top of it. It's held up pretty good. And here is the little dash card that you kind of stick in the windshield or one of the glasses that we had at the show. That's our number, the Mustang Club of America. And it shows a little bit about the car, the 2005 and my name and the Red Fire V6. It was a good day. Actually have so much information, video, and pictures on this car that we're going to have to do this in 2 parts. So that's going to wrap up part 1, but don't worry, we're going to drop part 2 right after this one. So tune in and see the rest. Thank you.